October 5th. I'm Tony T. Our MLB Pick Show here for Wednesday's action. Features, well, all 15, actually there's 16 games with a doubleheader. Before we get into just a couple things, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free MLB picks updated all season long, and playoffs. Free picks every day from all the major sports. We also have NFL, college football, and more. It is a good time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. Then visit Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in the industry. Click the link to the hot cappers. Get signed up. Guys like Nick's been hot. The Morning Steam Crew's been red hot. Tiffany as well. Hollywood, Sam, Paul. A lot of the cappers have been hot. I am the top unit producer in baseball this year. College, NFL, we have some really good performers as well. Guys like Ramon and Ben have been hot. The Hollywood, Sam, Tiffany. Click the links and get signed up to one of our long-term passes. You can find our premium picks at the top of the page. The drop-down menus for the free picks. As you scroll, you'll find here our featured picks, our best bets. Each capper can designate one best bet per day per sport. $15 pick. Cappers can like to recognize one of their premium plays as a $15 pick just to introduce you to their service. Our 3-packs, cappers, that's really great value there when you get a 3-pack. Many of you guys like that. So the 3-pack for really good value there. 3 of our best plays all bundled into one pass. So check that out. You'll find our free picks at the top of the page. Drop down menu for the free picks. And of course, our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description, then the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. Also love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Angels Athletics, MLB pick here. This one goes off here on Wednesday. Shohei Ohtani will start for the Angels. Ohtani in 27 starts, carries an ERA 2.35, whip of 1.03. The right-hander, an elite 33% strikeout rate with 6.7% walks. His ground balls come in at 42%, 0.78 home runs per 9 innings. Ken Waldichuk will be the starter for Oakland. Waldichuk, 6 starts, ERA 6.18, whip of 1.37. The left-hander fans 24%, 7.5% walks. The ground balls dished at 34%, 1.63 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 4.55 indicates a drop in ERA if form holds. Oakland has won both games in this series with their 2-1 win. Past 10 games, Athletics hitting 204 against right-handers. Both bullpens in good form. Ohtani 21-8 to the under, facing AL teams that average 4.4 runs per game or less the past 2 seasons. Athletics 21-12 to the under, facing an AL starter with an ERA of 3.40 or better. The play here will be the Angels in Oakland under 7 runs. Yankees and Rangers MLB pick here for Wednesday. Domingo Germán will get the start for the Yankees. Germán appeared in 14 games, ERA 3.31 plus the whip of 1.12. The right-hander striking out 19%, 6.5% walks. The ground balls 38%, 1.19 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 4.27, an indicator of a rise in ERA based on his numbers. Glenn Otto to start for Texas. Otto starts in 26 games, ERA 4.72, whip of 1.35. The right-hander is fanning 18%, 10.5% walks. His ground ball is 43%, 1.39 home runs per 9 innings. Yankees have won 2 of 3 in this series as they split their doubleheader. Rangers have lost 8 of 10. Past 10 games, Rangers hitting just 174 against right-handers. Texas 14-31 facing a winning team during the second half of the season. New York 34-19 when line is a -100 to -150 favorite. The play here will be the Yankees -135. Cardinals and Pirates MLB pick here for Wednesday. Matthew Liberatore will start for St. Louis. Liberatore in 8 appearances, an ERA 5.46, whip of 1.69. The left-hander a strikeout mark of 18%, 10% walks. The ground balls dealt at 35%, 1.52 home runs per 9 innings. Johan Oviedo will start for Pittsburgh. Oviedo in 20 appearances, ERA 3.12 plus the whip of 1.29. The right-hander is striking out 24%, 0.87 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 3.78 suggests a rise in ERA based on his numbers. St. Louis has split the first 2 in this series with their 8-7 win. Past 10 games, Cardinals hitting .228 against right-handers. Oviedo has allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of 4 starts. Cardinals may have to rest some starters. Remember, they got to travel home after to host Game 1 of the wild card on Friday. So the play will be on Pittsburgh on the run line plus 1.5 runs here in this one. They could be resting starters. That's the reason. Blue Jays and Orioles MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Well, with the rain out on Tuesday, they played two on Wednesday. Game 1 matchup features the starters from Tuesday. Mitch White to start for Toronto. White in 27 appearances, an ERA of 5.21, WHIP of 1.44. The right-hander is striking out 17.5%, 8% walks. The ground balls 43%, 0.76 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 3.85, an indication of an ERA dropping based on these numbers. Mike Baumann will start for Baltimore. Baumann has worked 12 games, ERA 4.34, WHIP of 1.45. The right-hander is pitching to contact, 15% strikeouts, 6.5% walks. The ground balls 50%, limited home run damage. Blue Jays win the opener of this series 5-1. They've won 4 straight. Orioles have dropped 5 of 7. Past 10 games, Orioles bullpen an ERA of 6.30. White 12-4 to the over. It's not a night game, so it won't factor in this angle. But looking at this here, both starters are in poor form. The play here will be Toronto, Baltimore over 7.5 runs in Game 1. Now, Game 2, Casey Lawrence, the primary starter for Toronto. The right-hander appeared in 5 games, ERA 8, WHIP of 1.47. Lawrence pitches to contact here, 13% strikeouts, 9.5% walks. The ground balls 43%, 2.87 home runs per 9 innings. Spencer Watkins will start for Baltimore. Watkins, 22 appearances, ERA 4.76, WHIP of 1.42. The right-hander, a high contact pitcher, 13.5% strikeouts, 6% walks. The ground ball is 41%, 0.97 home runs per 9 innings. Blue Jays may opt to rest starters with the wild card game on Friday. Lawrence formed the concern. The play here will be Baltimore in Game 2. Braves and Marlins MLB pick here for Wednesday. Max Fried, the starter for Atlanta. Fried in 30 starts carries an ERA 2.48, WHIP of 1.01. The left-hander is striking out 23%, 4.4% walks. His ground balls are 51%, limited home run damage. Lecer Hernandez to start for Miami. Hernandez has 19 appearances, ERA 6.33, WHIP of 1.46. The right-hander a strikeout rate of 22%, 8.5% walks. The ground balls coming in at 28%, 2.93 home runs per 9 innings. Braves even this series to win the NL East with their 2-1 win. They've won 8 of 10. Past 10 games, Marlins hitting 172 against left-handers. The Braves bullpen here, .42. Braves 31-16 to the under, facing teams hitting 255 or worse the second half of the season. If Fried is limited here, of course, there will be 5 days rest for Atlanta until they hit the playoffs, but Fried could be limited. You still got to like the fact that Braves bullpen's in great form. The player will be Atlanta, Miami under the total in this one. Phillies, Astros, MLB pick here for Wednesday. Bailey Falter will start for Philadelphia. Falter in 19 appearances, ERA 3.90. His WHIP is 1.20. The left-hander has a strikeout rate of 21%, 5% walks. The ground ball is coming in at 32%, 1.73 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 4.66, an indicator of a rising ERA based on his form. Framber Valdez will start for Houston. Valdez in 30 starts carries an ERA 2.89, plus the WHIP is 1.17. The lefty is fanning 23%, 8% walks. The ground ball is dished at 67%, limited home run damage. Astros even this series with a 10-0 win. Phillies, well, they have a road wild card game on Friday. Houston 35-19 to the run line in day games, and they start the playoffs next Tuesday. Would expect some starters to see action for Houston with 5 days off coming up. The play will be Houston on the run line, -1.5 runs at +125. Cubs, Reds, MLB pick here for Wednesday. Adrian Sampson will start for Chicago. Sampson, 18 starts, ERA 3.10, WHIP of 1.21. The right-hander is striking out 17%, 6.3% walks. The ground ball is 40%, 0.89 home runs per 9 innings. His FIP is 3.80, suggesting a rise in ERA with this form. Graham Ashcraft will start for Cincinnati. Ashcraft starts in 18 games, ERA 4.52, WHIP of 1.40. The right-hander is pitching to contact, 15% strikeouts, 5.7% walks. The ground balls are coming in here at 54%, 0.90 home runs per 9 innings. The Reds have won both games of this series with a 3-2 win. Past 10 games, the Reds hitting 167 against right-handers. The Cubs 222. Chicago 46-25 to the under, facing teams averaging 7 or more strikeouts per game during the second half of the season. Sampson 8-0 to the under when lined between -100 and -150. The play here will be the Cubs and Reds under 8. Rays and Red Sox MLB pick here for action on Wednesday, Yanni Sharonis will start for Tampa Bay. Sharonis worked 2 games, allowing no earned runs and 6 strikeouts in 7 innings. He returned from Tommy John surgery, had some rehab work in the minors. In 49 appearances, a career MLB ERA 3.54, whip of 1.14. Nick Pivetta will start for Boston. Pivetta in 32 starts carries an ERA 4.56. His whip is 1.37. The right-hander had 22% strikeout rate, 9% walks. The ground ball is 38%, 1.33 home runs per 9 innings. Red Sox have won both games this series with a 6-0 win. Past 10 games raced at 183 against right-handers. Tampa Bay 35-45 on the road this season. The player will beat Boston in this one. Royals and Guardians MLB pick here. This one is on action on Wednesday. We've got Jonathan Hensley to start for KC. Hensley in 20 starts, ERA 5, whip of 1.45. The right-hander is pitching to contact with 15% strikeouts, 10% walks. The ground ball served at 37%, 1.73 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 5.78 could trigger a rise in ERA based on these numbers. Aaron Savali will start for Cleveland. Savali has 19 starts, posting an ERA of 5, whip of 1.20. The right-hander a K rate of 23%, 5.5% walks. His ground ball served at 40%, 1.19 home runs per 9 innings. His FIP is 3.79. Could trigger a drop in ERA if form holds. Guardians even this series with a 5-3 win. Past 10 games, Guardians bullpen an ERA of 2.68. Cleveland 19-4, facing a bad team with a 380 to 460 win percentage during the second half of the season. The player will be Cleveland in this one. Nationals and Mets MLB pick here for Wednesday. Eric Fedde will start for Washington. Fedde in 26 starts, ERA 5.27, whip of 1.57. The right-hander is striking out 17%, 10% walks. The ground balls are 42%, 1.37 home runs per 9 innings. Looks like Mets are going to scratch DeGrom from this game. If they had contended for the division, he probably would have got the start here. But it looks like they will likely go with a bullpen game or go with prospects. Mets swept both games of their doubleheader with the Nationals, but were eliminated from the NL East with that Atlanta win. Mets will host a wild card series on Friday. Past 10 games, Nationals bullpen in the area of 1.70. Would expect Mets to sit some starters here. The player will be watching the Mets to go under the total. Twins and White Sox MLB pick here for Wednesday. Louis Varland expected to start for Minnesota. Varland has 4 starts, ERA 4.71, whip of 1.33. The right-hander an 18% strikeout, 7% walks. His ground ball is just at 32%, 1.71 home runs per 9 innings. Davis Martin to throw for Chicago. Martin in 13 appearances, ERA 3.65, whip of 1.18. The right-hander has a K rate of 18%, 6.7% walks. His ground ball served 38% with 0.88 home runs per 9 innings. White Sox have won both games of this series after an 8-3 win. Chicago has won 5 of 6 now. 4 straight losses for Minnesota. The Twins are 21-41, facing a pitcher with a whip of 1.30 or better on the season. Minnesota 19-45 as an underdog at plus 100 or higher this season. Play here will be the White Sox at minus 135. Diamondbacks and Brewers MLB pick here for Wednesday. Merrill Kelly will start for Arizona. Kelly in 32 starts, ERA 3.43, whip of 1.14. The right-hander is dealing 22% strikeouts, 7.5% walks. His ground ball is 43%, 0.97 home runs per 9 innings. Corbin Burns expected starter here for Milwaukee. Burns 32 starts. I guess he's that Cy Young candidate. He's going to throw it here in this one. 32 starts, ERA 2.98, whip of 0.98. The right-hander an elite 30% strikeout rate, 6.5% walks. Ground ball is 47%, 1.04 home runs per 9 innings. Brewers have won both games this series with a 3-0 win. Past 10 games, Brewers hitting .216 against right-handers. Kelly 14-4 the under facing winning teams this season. Brewers 28-17 the under facing teams hitting .255 or worse second half of the season. Play here will be Arizona and Milwaukee under 7 runs. Tigers and Mariners MLB pick here for Wednesday. We got Tyler Alexander to start for Detroit. Alexander in 26 appearances, an ERA 4.72, whip of 1.31. The left-hander is pitching to contact, 14% strikeouts, 6% walks. The ground ball is dealt at 35%, 1.42 home runs per 9 innings. Marco Gonzalez expected to throw for Seattle. Gonzalez has 31 starts, with an ERA 4.14, whip of 1.33. The lefty, a contact pitcher here, 13% strikeouts, 6.5% walks. His ground balls are 42%, 1.53 home runs per 9 innings. Mariners sweep the doubleheader with the Tigers in two high-scoring games. Seattle's a long flight to Toronto on Thursday to start the AL wildcard round on Friday, so we'll expect some starters to rest here. The past 10 games, the Tigers hitting a 203 against left-handers. Seattle 4-15, though, on the run line when their odds are -120 to +115 this season. The play here will be on Detroit on the run line, +1.5 runs at -125. Giants and Padres. MLB pick here for Wednesday. Luis Ortiz expected to start for San Francisco. Ortiz in 4 appearances allowed 1 earned run with 3 strikeouts and 6 in the third innings. He has 7 lifetime MLB appearances, allowing 9 earned runs with 10 walks in 12 innings of work. Luis Morejon will be the primary pitcher for San Diego. Morejon has 26 appearances, ERA 4.24, whip of 1.18. The lefty, a strikeout mark of 20%, 6.5% walks. The ground balls 32%, 1.06 home runs per 9 innings. Padres have won both games of this series with their 6-2 win. Would expect starters to rush for San Diego. Remember, they have a long flight to New York on Thursday to start that wild card round on Friday. The play here will be San Francisco in this one. Rockies and Dodgers. MLB pick here for Wednesday. Noah Davis to start for Colorado. Davis makes his MLB debut. He spent the bulk of his time in AA and had an ERA 5.54, whip of 1.45 in 26 starts, striking out 152 and 133 in the third innings. Clayton Kershaw, listed pitcher for the Dodgers. Kershaw in 21 starts. He carries an ERA 2.30, whip of 0.96. The veteran is striking out 27%, 4.6% walks. His ground ball rate is 47%, limited home run damage. This will be an abbreviated start for Kershaw. Now, the Rockies have won 3 of 5 in this series with their 5-2 win. The 3-game win streak for the Dodgers. The past 10 games, the Dodgers bullpen's holding up an ERA of 1.41. But LA is still playing starters with that 5-day layoff coming here after Wednesday's game. So the player will be the Dodgers on the alternate run line, -2 runs in this one. That was our MLB pick show here for a Wednesday. Make sure you like, subscribe. We'll have more picks coming up from college football. We got a game here for Wednesday coming up in a little bit. And don't forget, our live show here starts us off here at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Morning Steam with Ramon and Mindy. So check it out. I'm Tony C. Back in a little bit with some more.